Howdy, folks. It's I, your Fabulous Happy Man, here once again with a history lesson for you. Today, I am dressed as a Mississippi State Service infantry soldier, circa 1860-1865. Volunteered into the state service, later nationalized into the Confederate National Service, but originally Mississippi patriots who felt that we were defending our home from a foreign invasion. Of course, we had been lied to. But all that having been said and done, I shall now describe to you my uniform and what I'm wearing. First of all, I have here, I am actually dressed for campaign. You can see I have a piece of canvas with the quilt rolled in it. And I have my cooking pan. I have my extra socks and stuff in there. I have here the second most important piece of gear. I have my fork. I don't know if you can see it. I got it right there in my pocket where I can get to it. I have my canteen with my cup attached to it, so I can eat and drink out of it. I've got my haversack, which is oiled linen, food stuff and whatnot, and bread in it, and such all. My military gear, an 1853 Enfield rifled musket, made in Enfield, England. The Confederate government sent agents to England and got all of the exclusive contracts for the 5.77 Enfields. And the Yankees had a hard time of getting a hold of them. It was considered the superior general purpose military weapon of the time. I fired the French mini ball, which was not a ball at all. It was pointed, and the skirt would expand and grab the rifling and made it much more accurate. So anyway, along with that, I have the percussion cap pouch. Here, as you can see, it has percussion caps, which would go on my nipple. If you want to see my nipple, there's my nipple. You put that on there and it would shoot fire. It had a fulminated mercury coating on the interior. It would shoot fire down into that and ignite the black powder, or gunpowder as it was, and propel the projectile out the bore. Okay. I also had my cartridge box. You can see it here. It's like a little purse. Each soldier would be issued 40 rounds. 40 rounds. And he would have 30 rounds. No, he would issue 60 rounds. I'm sorry, he had 40 rounds in his cartridge box and 20 rounds in his bedroll by regulation. But that was in the Federal Army, and then it was hard to enforce all of those volunteer rules in the Confederate Army. So, my uniform is homespun wool, my trousers having been handmade. My jacket is a homespun burlap type cloth called jean, G-E-A-N, and it's very coarse, rough, undyed cotton with a coarse fiber, considered slave cloth. It was very cheap. It was patriotic to wear it, as after a while it was seen as if you were benefiting somehow if you dressed too nicely or wore fancy dress, and it was considered a patriotic southern thing to do, to wear the homespun. So my garments would have all been homespun. My accoutrements would have come from France and England along with the weapons. And so that's, and my shoes would have been handmade by a military cobbler. No left, no right. He would make a whole bunch of sevens, a whole bunch of eights. And you'd just find something that fits you. And at the time, they would shoe the heels with metal. I don't know if you can see that. To keep you from wearing it down when you march. And anyhow, that's the basic uniform. And the men wore woolen uniforms because it is the annually renewable fiber that in cold weather will not cause you to lose body heat. And in hot weather, it will insulate you from sweating further once you sweat into it. And it's a remarkable fabric when you consider the fact that there weren't that many sheep in the South. The military fashion was to wear wool for that reason, because of its insulative qualities. And that's pretty much the end of my presentation at this time. I thank you. Hope you tune in further. Remember, keep the faith and rock on.